I ain't got nobody to tweet any of this shit out to, so YOLO. All right, Apex, Twitch Esports, and Anthem versus Destiny. Wish NASA was in this motherfucker. Oh, Clubby. I wonder if Clubby W's online. Nah, he ain't. Plus, NASA's kid be screaming in his background, waiting to die. Yeah, here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I need a browser that doesn't suck dick. Where's Opera? Can't use Google Chrome. You put Google Chrome in full screen, that bitch start having a super massive heart attack. Trying to play Twitch VODs and shit.
Hey, what's going on?
You want to play a VOD? Oh, hell no.
Or did you just see me go? How did you find out that I was streaming? I was trying to get Discord to show me to do that, but it wasn't doing it.
Sucking dick.
And let me know how my mic sounds like, if I need to amplify it a little bit or whatever.
Last game we played.
Last time I got some complaints that my mic was kind of low, and I didn't understand why, because I didn't change shit.
Just to be like, nigga, you ain't up on this.
I get a text, but now I ain't with it. About the best party that this city has ever seen. But I'm not tripping.
I'm good.
Every adjective in existence in their foolish Facebook descriptions.
We're not gonna be on video, right? Whatever. I don't need to do shit. I got my drink already. I'm good.
Brush your teeth so you don't knock yourself out while we talking.
Yeah.
Yo, man, explicit subscription. That's why it's locked to 71080. Big Dick Magnus. How to score Apex Legends Cosmetic with your credit card, EA. Surprise. Watch us on Twitch. Niggas ain't even live. Anthem game. Niggas ain't even live. They stream for an hour, so let me guess, it's an hour of dropping in and getting your ass fucked up because you playing with the fucking controller. Oh, that's Anthem. Oh, that was Apex. Nobody want to watch that shit. Yo, Anthem's not a long game at all, now that I realize it. Like, once you beat that one part that slows you down, the game's over.
Hey, Major. Well, we're just waiting on what you call it, Watchtower to get his started. So I'm just chilling right now with mine. Is there anything worth doing in Anthem after beating the story? It's kind of like the Division in that sense, Major. It's just gear. And there's supposed to be like dungeons, like end game dungeons and things of that sort. It's supposed to happen. So yeah, that was gonna be the issue to begin with. Like once you beat the story, kind of like the Division 2, where or the Division 1 even, what keeps me playing afterwards? So it's supposed to be ARPG based. There's supposed to be end game material. It's supposed to be end game gear. Now, does that keep you playing? I don't know. How engaged that's gonna keep us, I have no idea still.
Crazy. That's what I always hear from them lately. But you probably paid that dude 80 just to get in. And I bet you hate me. Didn't have to smile just cause they say cheese. I don't gotta buy a drink for these ladies that don't know my name.
Why Jimmy be liking all this political shit and put it all on my goddamn Twitter? Yo, man, gay dudes are horrifying.
What?
Gay dudes are legitimately horrifying. Look at this shit.
We're supposed to say that.
Look at this
Yeah,
shit.
I don't think I'm supposed to.
I mean, I don't give a fuck. Alright. I ain't got nothing against the niggas. Hey, you like dick. You like dick, but look at this shit. This nigga has eyeliner on, full-blown nails. Boy.
He's also done his eyebrows for sure.
And the nigga is crying because they did the little emoji. Somebody just sent me this emoji, like, dog.
Like, fuck that.
The comment is like, obviously, I like to report, bro, moment. That's where you get all that sensitive shit from in society these days.
My bad. So I've seen a lot of Anthem players give shit to Warframe, saying it's pay to win, and it has no end game. It's just a grinder. The second part is right, but it's paid to speed up rather than pay to win. Yeah. I agree with that statement. It's kind of like paid, like PlanetSide 2, where it's not really paid to win because they let you grind that gear out. At the same time, they'll give you the ability to, instead of grinding all that time to get that weapon or that ship or that tank or whatever.
Retweeting fucking the Air Wing, who are completely safe at all times.
It just kind of lets you speed up the process, but you can actually grind out for it. Now, again, how much time and effort you want to put onto it, that's legit. Like, it's up to you.
By the time Busy come back, I don't feel like going to bed.
I've been here the whole time. I'm waiting on you.
we was like, yo, is Busy here? There, like, nah, he's gone.
No, I've been here the whole time, just muted because my daughter started screaming.
Hunt Showdown's a new monster, the Immortalator. He's so angry he'll kill other monsters if they get to you.
That's what I always hear from them lately. But you probably paid that dude 80 just to get in. And I bet you hate me. Didn't have to smile just cause they say cheese.
Kind of feel like going to give me a beer.
I didn't do it.
You gotta fight the urge.
I didn't do it.
Gotta fight the urge, baby. Gotta fight the power. All right, I ain't retweeting this shit. Whatever. Post that motherfucker in Discord. Let me see if my goddamn, if not streaming 720p without watermark, streaming 1080p with watermark. Buy a license to remove the watermark. Yo, I split a bunch of 8-9 niggas. Why does the stream need to be in 1080p anyway? Put that bitch in 720. Oh my fucking god, I need a new goddamn streaming key. Remember the good days when you could just hit live and accidentally be on the racist channel you made years ago?
Saying accidentally give all your shit out.
Yeah, man. Biggest fear is like every time I log into my bank, I look to the right just to make sure the stream is off.
Right?
This is my fucking stream key. Turn this motherfucker on. Stream key copy. My nigga, what? Oh my god. Why they making this shit so motherfucking complicated?
One guy says it's pay to win because you can buy weapons and frames or trade for max level frame and weapons. But he keeps ignoring the fact that you need to still meet the MR rank to use certain weapons and frames. Yeah. Yeah. Even then, no weapons or frames is a straight upgrade over another. The power comes the mods you put in, and that's very true. People gonna hate, Major. I mean, when you know better than I am, like people go out there and we get these comments and we get triggered because we actually know how to play the game. But yeah, it's just to speed up.
They believe in the magical
everything. But what? How you gonna speed everything up if you still don't know how to use it, or aren't qualified to use it in the sense that you don't have the level spec for it, and then you ain't got no mods to it? That shit's gonna be worthless.
Confirm your code. I'm doing all this just to log into my YouTube account. Just to hit play stream. Start stream.
Damn it.
Assalamu alaikum.
No shit, ignore the shit out of that.
Assalamu alaikum. No, it's hot. Some of these porno games I bought the other night. There we go. Is it live yet? Yeah, mother. Oh, maybe I should have changed those tags.
Yikes.
It was literally about to be like, yo, man, what the fuck? Which I want to start with. I want to start with talking about Anthem first.
No, I muted because Watch was saying something. You're good. My bad. I should put like a timer up to let you know that it's not fucking frozen. I'm here. Let me put a timer up, Majors. That way you can see that it's still going. We're still waiting on Watch. Just saying some crazy stuff, and he's having some technical difficulties right now.
Yeah, you gotta.
Hell yeah. Hell
Like, fuck, it sounded like that. And I was like, nah, girl, when you put in this sound gate up and stuff, this noise suppression.
yeah. Yikes.
You gotta define working
Yeah.
when it comes to a PC. Just because your game boots don't mean that motherfucker is working the way it's supposed to.
Works to me.
Mazer's asking Zeta, how was Kingdom Hearts 3?
Oh man, that shit was sexy.
I actually want to try that game.
Same.
A lot of
But
people don't like the Disney areas because they're kind of just retelling the movies, but I mean, I didn't mind it.
I think that'd be the parts I'd like the most.
Yeah, that's what they usually do with their Disney areas.
I play Kingdom Hearts 2 and I'm still too gangster to play Kingdom Hearts 3 because that shit looks so cringy. That shit looks terrible. The darkness, the dialogue is just so. I watched a bit of it and just hearing the dialogue, I'm like, dog, where did they get this from after Kingdom Hearts 2? I don't even know how the hell the story even continued. Like, you got
Coming
Kingdom
from the
Hearts.
guy whose main game is a BR.
Yikes 9000.
Let's compare. You go to your Steam account and tell me how many games you have, and I'm gonna go to my Steam account and tell you how many games I have.
I'll just ask Notso. He supplied them all. Notso, how many games do I have?
You so stupid. Don't even throw me into this one. Whatever, man. Quit your shit.
Over here hating on me.
Don't even get me into this one.
You ain't never heard of before. I have 100 games installed on my Steam account right now.
I have way less.
Damn.
When you think I have more hours in Counter-Strike than you've had your entire gaming life.
My gaming life started like 2 years ago.
Damn.
You about to be like, yo, my gaming life started like 40 years ago or some shit. I'm like, damn.
How old do you think I am?
At least I ain't talking about how old I am. I'm good.
Busy be over there with the salt and pepper coming in.
Hey,
like it's winter.
Hey, we ain't talking about me. We talking about Taz right now. All right.
No, that's good. Move on to Notso.
Winter is coming and shit.
Oh shit, we ain't talking about me right now.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah, where the hell did that thing go? Oh, what is it?
Yeah, I fucked with Kingdom Hearts 3. Certain things I didn't like though.
Kind of sad that the Final Fantasy bits have been mostly cut. The
Final Fantasy too violent for Disney.
That's because they were like, oh, our characters have grown enough to where we don't need Final Fantasy characters anymore.
What?
Like, what? Right, and I'm just like, what? Like,
humble yourself.
That's what drew people to your game.
Hey, exactly. Humble yourself. Never fucking think you're too big for your shit because you never know. The fuck kind of answer was that? The only reason I could say that I'm not even a Kingdom Hearts fan. All my Final Fantasy boys back in the day, when that shit dropped, is the only reason why I went to go play that.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah, I saw Cloud and Sephiroth, and I was like, all right. Like, all right, let me boot this up real quick.
Exactly.
Let's go back to Taz's gaming hours real quick. She has 1,300 plus hours on PoE alone.
That's my main game. It's the only game you'll see that many hours on.
1,300 plus.
Where the streams at though?
Yeah.
I got 2,257 hours in Counter-Strike.
God damn. That's a go though, right?
Yeah, that's CSGO.
Yeah. When I played Counter-Strike, I didn't have Steam before.
I still got my. Well, I mean, that's still like Source was still Steam.
Oh yeah. I'm talking about before Source. I'm talking before 1.6. Before it was even hours weren't captured when I played Counter-Strike back in '99. So I easily had, I don't know, a good 6,000 hours. I used to before esports was a thing. I used to play the shit out of Counter-Strike.
My second highest game is Rocket League with 924 hours.
That's a good ass game right there.
There you go. There's your Planet Side 2. My third highest game, 880 hours.
Good ass game right What the Disney Final Fantasy crossover was the main selling point? Wasn't I don't know how to say that. One of the hardest bosses in Kingdom Hearts 2?
Sephiroth.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, he was the hardest boss in Kingdom Hearts 2. He was like really hard to beat. But that he wasn't like you know, you have the boss of the game and then you have the I forgot how they define it. It's like the mega boss or the high boss, and it's always supposed to be like the strongest one, even though it's not the end game boss. It's just supposed to be one that's there. There's like a challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sephiroth was the hardest one to beat. I watched the guy record it. Everybody was like, "How many times did you record this before you finally beat it?"
For real.
Shoot, I remember my grandmother was playing Kingdom Hearts 2, and I went to her house to show her the ending of the game, and she was like, "You can swap the keyblades." I was like, "You got this far in the game and never used another keyblade, just the default one? How?" Like, how did you get to the end of the game using only this keyblade? And boy, I was over there like struggling even with the upgraded stuff to beat some of the bosses.
Sad boys, sad boys.
Oh God, what am I downloading on Steam right now? I can't even show what my Steam directory is right now because
Man, what was crazy with Kingdom Hearts 2 is like you thought Sephiroth was hard, then you look at the final mix of Kingdom Hearts 2 and you see there's an even harder boss. And I'm just like, all right, yeah. I'm just gonna be over here.
I just didn't get that foolishness with like the 2.5, the 3.5 and all that crap.
Yeah.
Like when I watched like Jim Sterling try to explain the story, he wasn't explaining it. He was just explaining all the different. There's a total of 13 Kingdom Hearts games. Before they don't even know what the correct number is, 11 or 13. They don't even know what the number is. Then there's Kingdom Hearts 3. I was like, oh my God, dude. Nobody can keep up with this story. It's too complicated. It's just way too complicated. Too much has happened between 2 and 3. Anyway, what's first on the list? Anthem versus Destiny.
Damn. Coming out the floodgates.
Yeah.
I think I just fell asleep.
Damn. Well, I could tell you this much. I can tell you this much about Destiny 2. The only game legit I'd be streaming and I was falling asleep. I'm not even fucking with you.
I was doing that with Anthem.
The legit ass, and this is before Forsaken. This is before all this extra DLC. This is vanilla Destiny 2. Got it. I don't even remember where. I didn't spend too much on it, thank God. But as soon as I started playing, I really didn't see what the hype was about. Maybe, I don't know. I heard it was one with a 1.5 is what all my people kept calling it. It wasn't really a 2 until Forsaken dropped. But like, motherfucker is not gonna spend money on DLC just to make it look better or make it playable or whatever it was. But my experience with Destiny 2 was very boring. I didn't enjoy one bit of it, and as soon as I was done by stream, the next day after I woke up, I uninstalled that thing.
Let me look at, before we even get into the part of our anthem, let me just a list of controversies. Oh, whoa, even IGN made this one shocking, since they like to give everything 1,000 positive reviews and shit. Let's see, that should have clicked there, right? Yep. Look at that. Look at that bad boy. 10 of them. What is the is that Kazakhstan logo? Oh yeah, they did remove a logo, didn't they? They removed the logo out of the game like immediately.
Why'd they remove it?
Oh, because it says it's a logo used by white nationalists.
Oh.
Oh yeah, the controversy. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, that long ago.
Ah, yeah.
Kek, a term started in World of Warcraft, represented laughter, but was later adopted by the Kazakhstan. Kekistan? I don't know how to say that. Bungie's failed to notice, but acted swiftly to remove the offending piece of armor. How does that even get in your game?
Racist.
Oh, wait, wrong mouse.
Them low-key racists.
Let's see the consumable shaders.
Yeah. You know what?
Oh, yeah.
I guess I'm not also giving it a fair assumption because I didn't play part 1. So the only Destiny 2 that I own and played was 2. So I don't know anything about 1. Like Major saying Destiny pretty much died as soon as that update for Warframe came out. That Plains of Edelin or whatever, that release. I don't know how true that is, but I remember everybody getting back on Warframe when that dropped in the middle of Destiny 2.
Oh yeah, it was the open world stuff.
Yes,
It's actually kind of fun, but it's not really. It's not true open world. It's instant based.
Yeah, instant space. Yep.
Which I guess that helps with like. I thought I was gonna be like jumping in and just seeing like people questing and like
Same.
MMORPG style.
Same. But it did open up the game more than when it was when we just played vanilla Warframe when it first dropped or whatever. I did like that aspect, but then I soon find out that it was instance based and not like open world.
Well, I guess the other thing is when it comes Warframe, I don't recall Warframe having any controversies like that.
No,
like no major controversies.
No,
like these dudes already. It's like oh yeah, well the consumable shaders, right? Dude, oh my god. How can you take something that was free before, and then make people pay for it? I don't understand that.
You know, and what's sad is like smaller developers that do that shit. I mean, case in point, I forgot what this game was that I early adopted during the early access. That was Steam. Orion. I don't know if you ever.
Masters of Orion?
Orion Prelude. I think it renamed 2 or 3 times. So smaller studios that can't afford to have a legal team like bigger studios like Bungie and things of that sort. The minute they steal something, they get torched on the spot, right? Their thing is they're one of their key developers for their, or I wouldn't say key developer, I said one of their key graphics guys that was designing the weapons and the add-ons literally copy from COD. And Activision immediately got a hold of it, and like the very next day that basically that game was dead because they got in a huge lawsuit with Activision saying you can't copy our models. And they're like, you know, the guy had to release an apology and say, you know, we work with multitude of different teams. We're a small studio. We're based out of, you know, X. And the guy that was developing these weapon models was in a different country altogether. He was working, you know, closely with our team. That's not the other. But at the end of the day, it's our fault that we let this happen. And we didn't think the guy was going to go directly copy weapon models from COD. But here we are today, and we can't go further with this project. And then they kind of got a little funding by a couple people that said that's fucked up by a big company that's, you know, taking down small companies, that and the other. So they renamed the game, but it still died soon after that whole debacle. Like people, oh, they're just out here copying shit. But a lot of us were like, everybody's out there copying each other. It's just at the level of how much money you have to be able to back that copy. Like you said, they're over here giving out, you know, stealing these whatever and then selling it to you. And we're okay with that, or perfectly okay with that.
Well, that's a little bit. Well, let's say weapons, right? Whenever you have like real world weapons in the game, they always have to tweak it just a little bit to change it so it's, you know, it's not, so you don't get hit by copyright.
Right.
It's just like with the YouTube system. I can take anybody's video that I want to, so long as it's not the original. So long as, you know, I stop, I cut it, I look at this, I look at that, or if I look at it on the podcast, pause it, start talking over it, like I can use it. It's the same thing with the way those weapons are in game. But if you take something like that's specifically Call of Duty, like if you find a Fortnite gun in PUBG, yeah, you're getting your ass toasted.
Well, how close was it? Was it literally a direct copy?
For the most part, Fair Use Act, they did modify some of the weapon, but it's literally like anybody that played it would say that's a COD weapon. And there's an article on it. I can link it. It's Activision gets Dino Shooter Orion pulled from Steam over allegedly stolen assets. And this happened back in like 2016 or something like that.
I never even heard of the game.
It was one of those early adoptions. You know, I was going through my early access phase where like I want to support small developers. I might not be able to link it. Let me open up Discord and do it that way. God dang it, it's on the fucking other computer. Give me a second.
What is it called again?
It is
Orion Dino
Shooter Orion. They renamed the game after that, but I can get the article.
Dino Shooter. Oh, I'm looking at the article right now on it. You gotta mute that website and shit.
It was a decent game, but it's still lacking, but it was a small studio.
Doesn't look too bad from that cutscene, but you know, cutscenes can be misleading.
Yeah, cutscenes are cutscenes. The gameplay and everything else wasn't bad. It's just it was a small studio. But apparently the assets were from Black Ops 3, and a mix of some of this stuff was from Advanced Warfare. But
yeah, but honestly, how did they lose that? Because looking at that, it's the same gun minus the barrel, minus the drum. It's the same gun minus the drum.
Yeah, they show you the screenshots of the weapons and stuff. There's still modifications to it, but not enough for, I guess, Fair Use Act or even anything modifiable. They still got hit for it.
Yeah, I have a question, though. How did a big company like Activision come across this to actually go after them that hard?
Oh, they probably have players.
And also, why? Like, what benefit does Activision get from going after this small studio?
Right, a small indie studio. Game? That's kind of how the rest of us felt. To me, it's just pulling up on their belt. To be honest with you, because they could have easily just negotiated something like, okay, cool, we see that you guys, whoever your weapons design model guy was, your graphics design, whatever it is, copy from us, but let's work on something to where, you know, it's not our exact replica, or just take that off and remake the gun. But instead, they just went straight for blood.
Gotta have the money, bro. And I don't think that's
fair.
Yeah, like you said, you know, when you have big studios, they have legal teams that can fight. You know, they'll sit there and they'll fight for years. And little studio like this gets taken down in a hot second.
See, that's the problem. It's big companies like that ruin it for all the small indie studios, and that's not fair.
Hey, but in their defense, that studio should have checked to make sure that bad boy wasn't stolen.
Exactly. That's another thing that he apologized for. Like, you know, we could have checked. We thought we was getting legit, like, freelance work, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's going to be the, you know, the owner's fault or whatever the process is. They found out this whole, like, email, and then they even did it on their Steam page with the whole apology on it. On that game.
Fuck, I keep using the mouse from the other computer. Cause
I keep doing the same thing.
Throwing me off.
Rough life having two PCs.
Yeah.
I don't have that problem.
But you saying this is similar to but this logo from Destiny, that was just like a clan thing, right? The term started in World of Warcraft and represented the laughter was later adopted by the... I forgot how we got into that whole conversation.
Yeah, I don't know either. But what does the logo look like that Destiny removed?
I'm not bringing that shit up.
I guess I'll look at it on my own computer.
Yeah, Google that bad boy. I am not pulling that bad boy up. What was the other one? It was Shallow Endgame. You know, since you mentioned it earlier, I didn't play Destiny 1 either. I watched it. And, you know, I know watching it isn't playing it, but observing it, you just don't know how the mechanics feel, but you can see what the game is like. As
Okay.
far as the story, watching the story all the way through, you can tell a shallow story is a shallow story. And compared to Destiny 1, like from looking at both games, I actually played Destiny 2. But from watching Destiny 1 just had, I think the controversies really, really killed Destiny 2. Because for one, they advertised the bad boy as something that it wasn't. But it was supposed to be this big add-on to Destiny 1. And if you look at the story of Destiny 1, like really look at the story and the books that they wrote to follow the game to like make up for the story that it didn't have, Destiny 2 still doesn't even follow that story. It's just like an alternate, it's like a subplot that just popped out of nowhere. It's like if you play Mass Effect 1 and then let's say the progenitors, or that's what they call it, the Protheans. Let's say Mass Effect 1 is about the Reapers and then Mass Effect 2 is about the Protheans, and you're like, okay, it still has to do with the Reapers, but what happened to, I mean, it still has, yes, the overall theme still has to do with the Reapers, but it's focused on the Protheans. So it's like, okay, why didn't we still just focus on the coming of the Reapers and dealing with that issue? So when I see Destiny 2, yeah, I can see why I had like a shallow end. It's just a cropped up story that's supposed to look dramatic in the advertisement, but really it's just garbage. You know, you lost all your light. Yeah, that was the first hour, right? The first mission is like you lost all your light. It's supposed to be this mortal, and you're supposed to redeem yourself, and within like an hour and a half, you got your power back, and it's like, okay. Running through the whole campaign was just dull. Like the second Anthem started, it was fucking like the story pulled me in immediately.
Same.
Like I've been seeing videos of some people. All right, I can't minimize that because that's the Discord. Some people were like, let me see, complaining about the story isn't well made and the characters are like whatever. I was like, I had like a futuristic Attack on Titan feel watching that for a second. You know, I completely understood the story from start to finish, even though I only seen it one time. It was, you know, the Anthem is this powerful force that people try to use technology to manipulate, kind of like the Force. And the Dominion are these beings that really are conquerors, and they seek to control the power of the Anthem. And in doing so, they spawn, you know, the Anthem likes to spawn these calamities throughout everything, kind of like these rifts, like the MMO rifts. Like I see elements and motivation taken from different video games, mixed all into one big ball. Like every time I see the Anthem, it's the Force. I see the calamities, which is just like the MMO RPG Rift, and it spawns the monsters, which is the same from Rift, and then people try to go and close it, which reminds me of something else. I forgot what it was. Something else had that theme, but it was still a good theme and establishing, like, you know, the backstory and everything. The voice acting was pretty good. It made you feel like these people aren't invincible and they can die. And the thing definitely, the game definitely sticks with that theme, especially when you're the freelancer. You definitely have bits and pieces where you don't always come out unscathed, and you got to regroup with those people that almost died during trying to close one of the calamities and stuff like that. So it was pretty good. But from what people are telling me, the story isn't as long as I thought it is. That part we stopped at with all the quest fetching and all that shit. Apparently, not long after that, the game is over.
See, I don't know why. I have no reason to find it boring, but I find Anthem boring. And I have no idea why.
PvE makes a game boring. I mean, look at, well, the games you play, Path of Exile, Diablo. I say the main interest of those games from observing, even though I would never play the motherfuckers, but from what I see is the depth and complexity of the crafting system and the combination of armor. But in these games like Anthem and Destiny, well, Destiny, you know, you have PvP, but the majority of the game is still questing and getting gear. So the themes are the same, just minus the PvP element in Anthem. You're doing the same stuff. You're just collecting gear, fighting waves of bosses and waves of mobs. But one just does it slightly better than the other. And I think it's mostly because of that third person view of it. For me, the narrative, the story drives me to like play it more so than the combat. The abilities and all that extra, yeah, it's just a little bit extra. But the controversies that Destiny had really hurt it the most. What is that? We got the wrongful ban. The PC version of Destiny 2 saw players banned for using problematic software. This led to the unusual outcry where you expect a Bungie to say, wait, what is define problematic software? Like, what is that? Destiny 2 bans.
So my biggest thing between Destiny 2 and Anthem is how well immersed, like, out the box experience was with Anthem versus Destiny 2. The storytelling, fantastic. The sound quality, one of the best sound qualities I've heard in a long time. Music driven. I felt more immersed in a part of the story with Anthem than I ever did in Destiny 2. So bad that I can go and turn around and say, I didn't uninstall Anthem in beta. I waited for the GR for, since we were Premier holders, we're able to play it before everybody else. And I find myself wanting to understand and learn more about the story since it kept me so immersed. Like you said, like the everything within the game to me made sense in my mind. Like, okay, I understand why I'm out here grinding. I understand what my next mission is. I know who I'm talking to. Which is nowadays a lot of games, fail at that aspect, in my opinion, to keep you in that world, keep you wanting to return and continue gearing up and continue doing all the extra shit. I think Anthem did it well in that sense. Now, are there things that it could have done better? Always. You can always improve upon it, and they understand they can improve upon it. Shit, look at day one patch.
Yeah, it's a big patch.
I didn't even have 90% of this issues, and I'm like, for such a shitty beta, and for an okay GR for Premier holders, they're actually listing a ton of problems that people have. But what did you report? Or I reported this issue. Like one of the things that you mentioned, Taz, is like some people couldn't get through. They fell through the world in a specific thing, and I was like, I never experienced that.
I never had that.
I got stuck in a damn tree, and I had a jetpack on.
Yeah,
how the hell you get stuck in a tree with a jetpack?
And that's one of those things. But they actually, like, if you look at day one patch, I'm like, damn, they're actually going out here and fixing these issues and starting to understand and listen to the community, because the community is what drives this. My biggest concern right now, out the rip, and whoever's talked to me knows this, is end game. What is gonna keep me playing? Is this gonna be like Division 1, where I beat the storyline and as short as it is, whatever, it's very immersive, great storytelling. But am I gonna say, okay, I beat the game and uninstall it, or I beat the game and there's these dungeons, or there's gear to get, or guess what, they're right on the corner of DLC, you're a Premier holder, you're about to get it dropped anyways. What is going to keep me playing this game? And that, I find that is the #1 issue with anything nowadays. What is going to keep me getting, like we say, like a game like The Forest, right? Watch, you played The Forest. After you go and you collect everything in The Forest, there's literally no endgame content. Like, motherfucker, I'm not going to sit here and chop trees down the rest of the game just to build my base and get attacked every night. Like, that's not going to keep me playing. It's literally... The problem with The Forest was there's no in-game content. You go to the story was kind of weird, odd, whatever. I'm not going to spoil it if you haven't played it. But then after that, it's like, why am I still playing this?
Ain't nothing like snatching up a cannibal by his legs and chopping them up bit by bit and eating them. Like, this is what we do around here. Steak.
That's my take on it. I'm still wanting to hear Zeta's take on it.
On what?
On Anthem versus Destiny.
I actually didn't mind Destiny. I mean, in the beginning, at least, because I liked it. I beat the first one, and then as soon as like the DLC and expansions came out, they made it to where if you didn't buy that, then you couldn't really do anything with the old content. So you had to really keep getting DLC just to actually play the game.
$40 DLC at that.
Exactly, and that's kind of what made me.
Bro.
That's what made me stop liking Destiny, because then it's like you got to buy the DLC, and then when you play multiplayer, your weapons don't do shit unless you do raids. So it's like, all right, if you don't do raids, then you might as well stop playing. So I stopped playing.
That's why I quit that shit. And like finish the campaign with Moon and shit. Like, all right, now you gotta like do the raid so you can get. I like, oh hell to the fuck no, I ain't doing it. I turned that shit out like never again, dog. I tried. Yeah,
exactly.
Ain't working out.
And
the same thing I did the PS4
different.
version.
Right, and then Destiny 2 wasn't any different, so I didn't really miss anything.
And what was it? When all those fixes for the day one patch in Origin? Shit, that just say to me, Premiere is just crash test dummies. We just did the beta test.
Oh yeah, we're
exactly what we are.
We're technical test dummies for just like right now. Division 2 is running. If you pre-ordered it, they're running technical tests right now, and that's all that means is I need you to test this shit out, break it, and report it. That's all that means.
I still haven't gotten that email, by the way.
Did you actually pre-order the Div 2?
No.
That's why.
Well, that's why you ain't getting it, bro.
Yeah, you ain't getting it, my dude. I don't know why you even mad.
The one thing about Anthem,
entitled women.
I just want it all. Just let me have it. The one thing that drives me nuts about Anthem, and I guess this is why I haven't really gotten too immersed in it, haven't really enjoyed it, is I don't know what's happening. I don't know the story. I don't.
That's what happens when you skip.
When you skip the theme, girl.
That's 100%, 110%. Like I hate to say that, but
I'm so lazy that I don't feel like after every mission going and talking to everyone and getting that shit.
You telling me you didn't sit down through the intro cinematic that teaches you how to play the game?
Oh hell yeah, I skipped that.
Well, don't be like I don't know what's going on in the game if you skipping shit.
That's why I always give her shit about it. I'm like, dude, I would hate it too if I didn't pay a shit attention to anything.
You don't even know why you talking to Owen or like any of those people over there.
And you can't.
But also, I have had some crazy audio issues, which they do not have in that patch update for day one.
Go ahead, Zeta.
No, I was just gonna say you can't expect to figure out the story while skipping everything.
Yeah, damn. So I told you more about what you already knew about the game. Damn.
Yeah. It's one of those things where the sound issue, at least for me, because I experienced the same sound issue you experienced, it's only typically in a full friend group, and it's sporadic. Because I play with Zeta and your husband Tremolian and what's his name, Merc, for a couple hours, and I didn't experience that. But it was so sporadic and intermittent that it wasn't all the time. But say in that one weekend you and I played, I experienced it 3 times. And that does get annoying. But at least it's nowhere near some of the other things that are reported, like that dude Merc and that dude Choke. They were crashing. Yeah, they were crashing left and right. And that's more having to do with the RTX, which later on I want to get into a freaking podcast just on RTX alone, how terrible that thing was. But RTX video card base, because the rest of us that are on 10 series, shit, even on the RX series of AMD, they're having nowhere near as many issues as the people that are on RTX series right now, 2070, 2080, 2080 Ti. Those people, I feel sad for them because they spend so much money on a video card that it just keeps crashing all the latest titles back and forth.
Oh, that sucks. So far, we're still going through the controversies of Destiny.
Yeah.
Like Anthem's not going to have these type of problems. Like, look at the wrongful bans on PC. From what I read, I had to go look it up while you were talking because they didn't list it for whatever reason. You can't just take their word for it. Using shit like Fraps, OBS. When Destiny 2 came out, people were complaining they couldn't use OBS to capture the screen. I think it was because you had to turn on the anti-cheat or something like that. But boy, people were getting smoked just for recording the game. Permaban. Yeah, permaban. What was it? Let me see.
I could see that happening.
People were getting banned for using Fraps, the Mumble overlay, the Discord overlay, OBS
Yeah.
could not capture it. XSplit couldn't capture it because you would get banned. Bans are permanent. There's no how you say, what's the fucking word I'm looking for? You can't contest it. It's just a perma ban, no matter what.
Wow, so they just snatch your money. You can't contest it. That's another reason why Steam is still better at that than BNet.
Epic Game Store too, boy.
Yeah.
You get banned, your money's gone. Better watch it.
So
Sad boys.
So overall, Zeta, your take on Anthem right now, like as much as you played, what do you think?
I mean, I went in expecting bleh.
Right.
Like I expected it to just be just another thing. I mean, it is just another looter shooter, but I don't know. It's one of those games that kind of make you relax and just shoot shit.
Zed be over there hustling at the vanity shop and shit. Trying to get
that
dolled
was
up.
my complaint, and I was Zed with that because Zed is all about customizing characters. I'm sitting there going to the same two shops because I'm thinking they're two separate shops. One's in disguise and like one's owned by the other one. I don't know what it is. You know, it's like having the two Starbucks on the opposite blocks type of scenario. I went to go talk to Homeboy and he showed me some ugly stuff. I went to go talk to Homegirl thinking I was gonna get some better stuff, and she showed me the same ugly stuff. They weren't ready for this premiere release when it came to cosmetics. And the things that they showed, I ended up settling on one just because I was like, what am I going to do with this crap? I'm just going to buy it just to see how it looks and stuff like that. But it was nowhere near where it should have been, even with just premiere people. So on Friday, tomorrow, when it drops, is there going to be more or is it going to be the same? And when is it, how often is it going to refresh? Because the crap that I saw, it better not stay there for a month. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly.
Be over there waiting for Zet to come out the vanity shop with stickers on his goddamn chest. And
my goodness.
Kingdom Hearts stickers and the Sapphire logo and all kinds of shit. Damn.
It'll be an upgrade of that ugly ass
vanity shop, boy.
It'll be an upgrade from that ugly ass fucking javelin they tried to hand us. Oh, that shit was ugly as hell.
All them javelins are ugly. They gotta, like, squeeze their sack and their fucking shaft together just to like put that bad boy in the javelin.
Man, like I said, I wish there was an actual shop for changing your javelin pieces rather than vanity shop.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't get that shit. Like make it premium or something. Like look at Apex. Apex is still pretty bad with that shit too, though, because you only get what, one drop every 10 levels, but after level 50 you don't get nothing. But I mean the game's free to play.
Sad boys.
So paying customers get to customize, I guess you could say. Even though it's nothing but a bunch of fucking loot crates, which I open those motherfuckers because goddamn Bloodhound looking fresh right now. That's all I gotta say about that one. Once I get that For Honor animation, I'll be thirsting motherfuckers left and right. Like, oh, E button. Yo, we're in the middle of a fight now. E button, dog. Let me lay this fool out. Gun on his shit. Say that little prayer. See you, Chief. Destiny 2 XP throttling. 2 tokens and a blue. What is that? Before the launch of Curse of Osiris, Bungie hosted a stream showcasing the Infinite Force, a new public event on Mercury, and how the Lost Prophecy version. Man, who the fuck comes up with these dumbass names? The Lost Prophecy versus, like, that motherfucker
I came out with it.
He must have been sipping on some gin. Well, we know what yours. We've been like,
don't even look at me. Mine would have been like, housekeeping. Can I help you?
Yeah, but you know, Destiny has some, like, so long as you gave me that day one patch. So long as Anthem doesn't have like these kind of problems. Now, the biggest thing Anthem is missing is the PvP. It is missing the PvP. That part ain't gonna pull no Destiny peeps. It's pulled some. Actually, it's pulled some people. Like I was talking to some of my boys. They were saying, you know, hey, that bad boy ain't do it for me. So I went over to Anthem. I like Anthem more. PvP for me. PvP.
Is it their goal to bring over the Destiny people, or are they kind of trying to separate themselves from that?
They ain't separating nothing. That's definitely what it is. But what does that call it? Looter shooters? That's exactly what this is.
Yeah.
Anthem sitting right next to Warframe and Destiny.
So I know we're doing a versus, but I think we can't properly do a versus without including Warframe in it. It has a lot of elements of Warframe, except for the... I mean, it is still kind of grindy, but not as grindy as Warframe. But then you have the pay to speed up for Warframe. But what about... Where do we stand on Anthem using almost a similar formula that Warframe used?
Well, I did Anthem versus Destiny because that's the major one. Because in reality, you could do Anthem versus Destiny versus the Division versus Warframe.
Yeah. So what is your take though? Like, what do you think? All three games stacked up next to each other. Like, I would sway almost Warframe over Anthem in a specific sense when it comes to customization and things of that sort.
That's why when I did my first impressions, I said it all depends on your preference. Because personally, I can't sit through Warframe. Jumping around, bouncing around, being Ninja Gaiden and all that shit. No. Zed might like it. That seems like right up Zed alley. But me, hell no. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I've played a decent amount of what is I don't even know my hours in Warframe. I jump in that bad boy. I don't care two shits about the story. They start talking like, nope, turn this shit off me. This too cringy. At one point, I turned the voice off. It was so bad. I completely turned the voice acting off. I'm like, nope, I'm done. Can't listen to that and expect to play this game. Did listen to a little bit of it when the little robot talk, and I can understand, hey, the Warframes are like this XXX. I'm like, cool. This is all stupid. Jump in, shooting at the robots. Robots fall over. I can stab them. Ninja guiding them, and then I go from point A to point B in the level, and there's no depth, there's no complexity. Heck, even Destiny has jumping puzzles, and you got to dodge this and dodge that and wait for this to happen so you get the opening so you can shoot the boss. Warframe is just shoot shit, go all the way through, and then go fishing for 3 hours and hope you get the armor that you want. Whereas the Division is, well, you got a modern shooter with bullets like that, are like BB guns going up against Call of Duty juggernauts. So you're sitting there shooting, reloading, using abilities that don't do crap to hurt the enemies. The story talks about, I'm talking about the Division 1. The story talks about like chicken pox or whatever they want to put in Ebola, whatever they put in the money, spreading across all the country. And then they don't even put a story around this shit. It's like, what is the Dark Zone? I thought the Dark Zone was supposed to be like this narrative of the Last of Us and shit in this dark. You don't see no infected sick or nothing. You just see a bunch of homeless bums asking you for like cans and dollars and ammo or something. And then all of a sudden they give you like a goddamn P90 that's blue. Like, oh, you sitting on GAT time. You got a whole cachet back there while you begging for food, huh? The Division's narrative is just everywhere. It doesn't establish itself as anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Tom Clancy. It would have been better if they would have just called it The Division and then went off and made their own stuff without the Tom Clancy
name on it.
But I mean, they must have a contract with the Tom Clancy organization or whatever.
Yeah. I agree.
That they have to make certain games, but that's what kills it, is because it has to be within the Tom Clancy universe. It can't be its own thing, and expect to be online and co-op. Because if you look at Ghost Recon Wildlands, if the Division was like Ghost Recon Wildlands, where you have this vast open world that hopefully doesn't run like dog shit, and you could still collect that loot like you do where you can unlock in Wildlands, and still be able to explore the world, and if you see other players off in the distance, maybe even other elements of the Division doing specific missions that, hey, we could use help over here, kind of like some EVE Online Dust 2 type shit where like the space element comes in and try to help out the ground element or whatever.
Right.
Like aircraft comes in, maybe we specialize in aircraft and we can only get to certain locations. but we need help with somebody like Zet that's like a commando unit or special forces unit that can take more damage. And we need you guys to help us do this mission a lot easier. And they, hook a ride with us so they could get special loot. If it was more like that, the Division would be great. But the Division is just there. It's just there. Straight looter shooter. Sponge enemies. It's like Destiny, but without any creativity, which makes it like extremely boring.
Right. And that was number one complaint from Mazer. Divisions with its bulletproof looters. Anthem isn't any better at that because you have dudes with the shield and all that bullshit. But it's almost the same thing. And I don't even know if you would like Anthem, Mazer. I know you can't run it now with your PC. It'll probably fucking fry. But it's not too much different. You still have, you have elites in that game, so to speak, that you still have to take down.
Right. Like the Division with Warframe has the same issue as the Division. It doesn't have a universe that is actually, I take it back. The Division just isn't well defined at all.
It's all over the place.
We still don't even, it's all over the place. We still don't even know what the Division is actually supposed to be. It's just the Division. Whereas Warframe at least tells you, you're a part of this, I don't know, society. I don't remember.
Alliance. I don't even remember what it is. Whatever the specific group it belonged to.
Fucking Jeepers Creepers is like the enemy trying to take over the internet, and at least that is somewhat established. But it's mostly just hopping around. Like if you ever go look at a Warframe stream, those motherfuckers look miserable. They just jump around one shot and everything. It's like, what's the end game? You're not following the story. So you got nothing to do. You're not following this, so you got nothing to do. It's just you're jumping around shooting stuff. I get it. Got you. Moving on. Whereas Destiny 2 at least has a campaign, even though it's shit with shit voice acting and shit cutscenes and pretty much all of it is shit, but it's still there. And it's still, hey, if you play through the campaign, you get good stuff. Like, okay, and play through the campaign and get just enough shit so I get my ass whooped in multiplayer.
All right, so circling back to what Mazer is saying, you guys heard about the Division 2 becoming an Epic Store exclusive?
Seriously? Is that real?
I wouldn't doubt it. Epic is trying hard to be a Steam.
Wait. This
that
is old
can't be
news
right.
already. This is old news already.
Yeah, it's already old news.
It's already an Epic game exclusive. Yeah, that's the Uplay has had its highest pre-order ever. Because I think that was the tactic used. Is because you can go buy your games on Uplay and not use Steam. So what people have done is instead of buying a game on the Epic Game Store, they've bought it on Uplay, and Uplay gets 100% of their revenue.
So now that we got that clarified, I need Taz, I need your intake. Why do you like the Division over Anthem? Like I
was actually going to mention in that whole conversation that awkward moment where I enjoyed the Division more than all of these games combined.
So what was your take, and why do you enjoy the Division? Another looter shooter, as Zed well versed. That's perfect definition of what we're talking about. Why is the Division 2 more appealing to you? To me, Anthem was more appealing than the Division could ever be.
Honestly, I don't have a reason for it. I have no idea. I have no reason to hate Anthem.
Mechanics.
And I know that when I play it, when I'm playing it and I'm physically, like, I can feel myself falling asleep, I know it's stupid because Anthem should be a game that I enjoy. But for some reason, I don't know what it is about that game. I just can't get into it. But Division, I don't know why it caught me right from the beginning.
It's got to be game design, mechanics, the modern warfare theme. It's got to be something.
I mean, maybe it's a sci-fi thing that I don't like about Anthem. I don't know, but I seem to be more attracted to Division over Anthem.
What do you stand, Zed? What do you stand between the Division and Anthem?
I guess I like Anthem more than Division.
I
didn't play any Division 2. I played more Division 1.
I mean, same thing. It's really not much different. Like, when I played Division 2, it literally felt like location changed. That's all it was. We
Oh,
went over to DC, and we're doing the same thing again. It's I'm 110% being you know, as honest as I can be. I told Taz, if you like the Division 2, then you have no problem liking the Division 1 because it's almost verbatim the same thing. Other than Division 2 takes up more CPU, more you know, more graphics, you know, because it looks better than 1. But it's literally doing the same thing. Like, you still have your bullet sponges. You're still going over there collecting shit for the base. You're still upping the base's tech, the medical, their specific wards. And you're going out there and doing random things that are in the world, like random events. You know how you had to go, oh, this repeatable event still happens in the world. That's exactly what the Div 2 was. There's really no major distinction other than maybe some new PvP elements they're going to add into the Division 2, which we really didn't get a taste for in the beta.
I got you. So they still got the whole, you run down the street, oh, hey, someone's robbing a bank over here.
Exactly. You still have those random events. They're repeatable. Same exact thing.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm still curious as to they still have like no narrative.
No.
Like why is the government gone?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, just because I mean we have doomsday budgets right now for an apocalypse. So why is the government gone, but this magical military force, the Division, exists? Like, it's just story elements they never jump on.
I have a question about Anthem. Do they have like a builds like you would in, like where certain pieces will, like almost like Diablo and Path of Exile, right? Like you have certain gear pieces that you need for certain builds. Is that sort of thing in Anthem? I didn't play enough of it to know, so I have no idea.
Not exactly like Diablo. I would say it more like the Division base where it's a gear rating. The only thing that I could say that's similar to Diablo is in the sense that you want to get the higher color, right? Purple versus something that's green. But I wouldn't say there is a specific, it would be just tailored to you, whatever you like, but there are stronger, I mean, I guess I haven't really defined that either. I mean, what is your take, Zeta? I think that you can get higher level, like say grenades, you know, you want that purple, you want that yellow slotted into that so you can increase the damage. So you have an overall gear level like the Division, right? You have like a, you know, level 300. You want to be level 300 versus level 100.
Right.
It's more like Destiny in the sense. Anthem is more like Destiny as far as everything.
Yeah, as far as like the gear and the light level.
Power level. Yeah, light level. So you're not actually swapping out your clothes and your arm or anything like that. You're mostly just swapping out your abilities and your weapons to have that higher grade. It's more like Destiny than anything else. That's why I mostly did Anthem versus Destiny, because it's just the same when it comes to a lot of things.
So maybe that's what attracted me to Division more than Anthem. Maybe? I don't know. I'm trying to find something here.
And the Division is all gear based.
The story.
Yeah, it seems like a story-based game, even though you're shooting a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah, like the Anthem is about atmosphere. They really use establishing the atmosphere to pull you in. Like from the moment you load up and you learn about the Heart of Rage and everything that's involved with it, you're like, damn. And you're following that all the way through. They have different cut scenes within the missions to further like push the narrative. There are like the alternate missions, but the primary quest mission keeps pushing it more and more up to the point to where we had to do those retarded little fetch quests. I don't know where they whipped that one out their ass. I just think because the game isn't as long as they try to make it seem.
You know what it felt like to me, and I got them done the other day. It felt like the Division in that sense, because I don't really have too much background on Destiny, where you needed a filler to level up, right? Kind of like Guild Wars, where your next mission is going to be at level 12, but you ended your first set at level 9. So I need you to level up to level 12 so you can continue the story. That's what that felt like to me. I don't know if your take on it, Zed. That was my take on it. Like, let me give you these little fillers so you can level up, get better gear.
But
so
it's
then
the
we
main
drop
quest though.
It is in a sense, but they're like, if you think about it, like I helped everybody else out because I was the lowest level. I mean, the highest level when I finally could progress in my story, I was level 24, helping out these literally level like 11 and 12s. They're like, why did you, they were even talking to me, like, why did it take you that long? I was like, I was helping everybody else. Like, I did this at the end. They're like, what? Like, you're so, you know, quote unquote behind. But it is a quest line, but I think they use it as a filler to, you know, go ahead and get these little tasks done, right? You get these little dailies done inside of it as part of the main, so you can continue progressing onto the story. Because if you don't do those 4 little like dungeons or whatever, I don't even know what they're called. There's 4 little unlockables at that sense. You can't progress in the story at all. You would just be you're in the cycle until you get them all done.
Well, the way I seen the tomb was when they tell me to go get like you know goddamn Guild Wars. I have Guild Wars 2 myself.
Yeah.
With the what is it, the Heart of Thorns or something like that?
Yeah, that's the expansion. That's one of the expansions. Yeah.
And when they don't want you to do something, that's funny. Anthem commercial on the fucking the Division fucking when they lock you out. You gotta go do the extra stuff, the world events.
Yeah, you have to level up to get to it.
To encourage you to play with other players. It's just to keep you... The way Chris Lightning explained it to me was, he said he thinks it's to force you to explore the world.
The open world, yeah.
Which there was a lot of stuff. I was like, damn, we never even been to this place yet. But at the same time, I was like, yo, man, I just saw Chris Lightning like level 30 and I'm already level 15 and I barely touched this motherfucker. This is to slow you down just a little bit.
Chris hasn't stopped playing this shit.
Yeah, Chris fanatical about it. Destiny, you poor. All you doing is skipping cutscenes in that bad boy. You don't really give 2 shits about what's going on. You got Darth Bane that has like the fucking Darth Vader breathing mask and pterodactyl angel wings. I'm like, who the fuck is this dude? So
I'm catching up with Mazza right here. He's going back to the Division. He said that there's a huge match when it comes to plot lines and still need to be wrapped up. And there is a group that apparently is hired by the government to hunt down the Division agents. And there is an army of utility workers that built Homeland flamethrowers and tanks. And the overall goal is the Division leadership hope to achieve. So again, it's all over the place. So that's why I don't understand how you like the Division more, Taz. Because Anthem is well, like, storyline base is put together. Like, I stayed confused on the Division 1 to what I was doing other than running around and getting the things that were on the map.
Yeah, honestly, I have no idea. No idea. I have no reason for it at all.
The shit's all over the place. Like, I mean, even the music, they took time to put some unique, just well written music. The music is too good. Between the story, the music, the way the world is established, the narrative wraps you in, and that makes PvE not feel as bad. Because that's all single player games are, just PvE, but the design within the levels, I forgot who it was. I think it was the Halo developer. He was explaining how if you have 10 seconds of fun, 10 to 30 seconds of fun, you can take that and repeat it over and over and over, and you'll have a video game. And depending upon how you change that 30 seconds around, enemies get harder, you get more weapons, the game gets more complicated, you have just that complexity for it, then yeah, you can make a decent video game. But I mean, that's why some people are drawn to Warframe, because it does have a lot of complexity and a lot of grinding to do stuff, but the levels are pretty much the same. And Anthem, yeah, the levels are pretty much the same too. It all depends upon which section you're in, where the boss fights are a little bit different, enemies are a little bit different. You can change it up here and there, but you got to include everything: story, music, game design, mechanics, and hopefully, or this, from what I see with all this day one patch, a lot of optimization, because Jesus fucking Christ.
You mentioned the music.
FPS is awful.
You
Man.
mentioned the music in Anthem. I would have loved to hear it, but my game audio keeps cutting out, so I have no idea what the music.
You know, that's that early access, free day one shit right there.
I can't say anything about. That's why I didn't mention the performance or anything, because it wasn't out yet. Because they always drop a day one patch. Always there's a day one patch to fix issues, because somebody had early access to it, and they just take it all up and then they just patch it. So that's why I didn't say anything about performance. But it all comes down to preference. It just all comes down to preference in that case.
Yeah, I played a lot of Warframe. That was my shit.
Like somebody like NASA, which we all know NASA loves Warframe. He's always going to pick Warframe over Destiny and always over Anthem. Always. And that's just because he loves mindless grinding. And that's cool too. But if I'm judging the game, I have to judge all of it.
I feel like there's more to do in Warframe than there is in Destiny, though. That could just be me.
I feel like because Destiny is mostly PvP focused. Well, at one point it was, but they don't even have trials anymore. So that game is just there now.
Yeah, they used to have like decent Warframe PvP, but they started releasing broken ass Warframes. So they just go to PvP and make it not fun for everybody.
Might as well and have more PvP fun in the Old Republic.
That's a subject for another conversation there, Mauser. Personally, I think the best game that's come out so far this year is probably Ace Combat 7.
My only knowledge of that game is watching Watch play it.
Oh, I love Ace Combat. It's a good ass fucking game. It's just
very niche specific. Very niche specific, just like Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
I say it still is the best Ace Combat ever.
7? I need to get a hold of it. I heard the same thing from my brother. He said it was damn good.
Yeah, I wanted to finish it. Like, it sucked me in. Now, when I put that bad boy on Ace mode, I was like, hell to the fuck no. I can't do this. This ain't even hard. It's just mentally draining. Motherfucker go over there, turn around, lightning strike. Like, fucking shit, dude. No, it's not even that. It's you don't have enough time to complete the missions. You have to, like, have the perfect run to complete the mission.
Right, no mistakes.
Before, it was just like, you know, a missile hits you, you die in one shot. Now it's like, all right, time's up. You just over. Fuck, man. It ain't my fault I couldn't turn because the wind hit me and I crashed my plane, all right? You don't give me no notification that the wind is picking up and I'm like hitting my G's too hard or whatever. Let's move on to goddamn Apex.
Damn. Already?
Apex and the Twitch esports atmosphere.
I'm like, already talking about Apex? Yeah.
Hey man, we was talking about that for like a whole hour already.
Apex in the BR world, that's in a subject?
Apex and the Twitch esports atmosphere.
Damn.
What is it? I got that bad boy lined up.
I like Apex.
I feel so out of touch.
Battle Royale.
I feel so out of touch because I'm just not. Nothing wrong with it. It's just not for me. Let's just put it that way. But everything
it's a fun game though.
Everything that I've heard about Apex has been nothing but great things. What I've seen watch play, I can see why it's a good thing. But at the same time, it's one of those things where I guess it takes a certain persona because I just, after losing so many for me, I'm like, I'm out. I'm going to go play something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe that's just me.
Well, the best part is it's mostly about the atmosphere that Twitch has generated when it comes to video games.
Mm-hmm.
A good example, I ain't gonna mention his name. Cool kid. Great guy. I mean, I love kicking it with him. You got one guy, he made me realize that the atmosphere of Twitch is literally destroying gaming. Like you got kids literally who haven't even gotten their lives together trying to become esports professionals and just becoming competitive gamers because they look how many times you join a game on Apex and you see TTV in somebody's name, or you see Twitch, or you see such and such TV. It's cancerous. It's literally cancerous. Every time you join in, you're like, oh, there's a TV. It's like a meme. It's literally like a meme. Anytime you see Twitch TV in somebody's name, you think, oh, there goes a dead channel. Like, oh, there goes a brand new channel. Oh, I bet his stream looks like dog shit. Well, don't look like he was as good as he thought he was. It's crazy, man.
I agree.
Sounds like the most dangerous drinking game ever. Take a shot every time you see TTV in there.
We always talk about TTV because that's the most we see, but I've seen plenty of YTs.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, YouTube. Yeah, you put it at the end of your name. YTs.
Yeah. Sometimes they put it as like whatever HD or whatever 1080p.
Yeah.
But it blows my mind, man. Like how many streamers I've seen over the years, they're just like, yeah, I was looking at that, I was like, fucking lagging that piece of shit. They're like, I'm talking about part-time jobs, make less. When you think I don't have that many viewers on Twitch, and you think some of these guys make less than what I make on Twitch in a year, is that not fucking mind blowing? And it's like, what are you doing with your time? Why don't you have like a full-time job? And it's like, yo, man, I want to become the next esports blah blah blah. Like you see some of those
next
guys,
Shroud. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the next Shroud. And all you guys have seen this before, and some of us have done it, but only in like critical moments. But some of these guys do it all the time. Well, you jump on Twitter and you see that Twitter post, yo, man, thank you guys for all the support. You're making my dream come true. It's been like just mind blowing, all the support I get.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd be like, my dog, you only got like 50 followers. What the fuck? You got like 5 people in here. You, your cell phone, and your dashboard, and like I don't know where the heck these other 2 are from. Like maybe popping in from Twitter every now and then. It's like you gotta hit reality, bro. If you're not financially stable just yet, or you putting like doing Twitch and stuff before. Now, I'm not saying don't chase your dream. If becoming a big streamer is a dream of yours, which is definitely not, because the crap only popped up recently, just literally started to blow up in the past few years. So it's not a dream, it's a cash grab for most people.
Yeah.
Like you gotta come with reality that this ain't gonna change your life. It's a very slim chance. If you ever look at one of those Apex loot boxes and you see that legendary, says 7.6%, you got to open up 100 loot boxes and have only a 7.6% chance. Well, for 7 of those to, maybe have a legendary or whatever. I don't know. My math favorite. But you think that, and then you think of the 8 characters that you have, of that 7% chance to get a legendary. You think of those 8 individual characters, and you think of those 8 individual characters, they have times 3 of those 8. And of that, you have times 2 or 3 for each weapon and each one of their kill animations and each one of their outfits. For everything that you want for one specific character, you have a 1% chance of 100 loot crates of getting exactly what you want. And you think of that, and you think of live streaming, you are a 0.1% chance of being the next Shroud or being the next Daquan. You're talking about of a platform of 2.2 million streamers. Only about 26 to 30,000 of us are partnered. And only the 1% of that averages over 5,000 viewers. and they've been doing it for almost 10 years. Some of them have hit the 10-year mark. Some of them been in esports for 10 years. Some of them have been streaming for 7 years. And you think that's going to be the thing that just blows up because you're pretty good at a video game?
Yeah.
Sad boys, sad boys.
Apex has been dropping on Twitch. Everybody is going back to Fortnite.
Damn.
Oh, they're trying to now that everybody's on X, some of the big dogs is like, well, if I go over here, I can make me some quick money real quick.
If you go into Twitch or YouTube, you just become just to become famous, then you've already failed. I agree with that.
Completely agree with that.
Well, that's not to say that you can't do it. I mean, it's
work.
It's just, yeah, it's
work. Yeah, it's work. It's
yeah, but a lot of people just go into Twitch thinking, oh, I'm going to start streaming. I'm going to not have to work at all. Twitch is going to be my full-time job. I'm going to make enough to sustain a living. And that's just not realistic. It takes time. It takes work, almost as if you were at a job and you're trying to make your way up. But a lot of people don't realize. And it's going to take a lot more than just streaming on Twitch. You're going to need to build a base on different platforms as well.
It's one of those things where I've watched several or listened to several podcasts where they said that they don't even begin streaming if they don't have at least 3 revenue streams. Meaning, exactly going back to your point, Taz, that streaming is only one part of the revenue stream. What is your offline content base? Are you doing highlights on YouTube? Well, the thing that Watch always preaches about, get your freaking YouTube up, because that offline produces half the time, if not even higher than that percentage. I don't have a percentage thing on it. I haven't researched it, but it provides more content with the outreach of YouTube and how much platforms it touches, in the sense that, you know, it's on every device, and, you know, IoT, Internet of Things. But what other revenue streams? Are you partnered with somebody? Are you sponsored? Whatever, you know, some of these guys don't even hit the stream now or start streaming unless right then and there they know they're going to make 4 revenue streams. Isn't that crazy?
Well, man, when you think about it, man, I've seen people that have been on Twitch streaming like crazy for years, and they never stop to ask themselves, what is it that you do differently than anybody else? Everybody plays games.
Yep.
Everybody is good. Somebody, I might be good at Apex, and somebody is good somewhere is better.
Yep.
They're better.
Yep.
Might not be the most popular, but they are better.
Yep.
So it's like, what are you incorporating into things? Because you have so many different options. You're talking about creating overlays, graphic design is what I always tell people. That's graphic design. What you're good at talking, a motivational speaker, storytelling. You can incorporate all these different things into your stream to make it different. But just thinking because you are good doesn't mean you're gonna blow up. You can win a tournament and not go anywhere.
Yep.
You'll be like, who are you? Oh yeah, I won that $20,000 tournament. Oh, cool. You want to play? Like,
yeah, essentially.
Oh, you don't want to play? All right, see you then.
Yeah, essentially. That was my take on esports before it was called esports. It's no matter how hard, you know, you practice, how hard you tried, and you were good, but you weren't great or you weren't the best. And it's somebody waiting around the corner that is either most of the time younger and have a quicker trigger finger or quicker reaction time, that'll put you right back down where you started, where you felt like all your hours of practice and all your hours of your clan, all your hours in emphasizing, I'm centralizing my life at this time and moment because I'm only doing school, going to school and playing games. And that's the reason why I don't do any competitive play anymore, because I Counter-Strike drained me from that. But somebody is always around the corner better than you, and how are you going to react to that And what you do after that is very important. Like you said, oh, I'm the dude that won, you know, the StarCraft tournament back in, you know, just throwing out a year. Back in 2016, I won the StarCraft tournament, you know, and I won the 20 grand, whatever. But you didn't do anything after that. Or even if you did try to climb up the ladder, because, you know, StarCraft is very competitive. When you try to climb up the ladder, you find yourself that you lost and you kept losing, and that was your only time that you were on the spotlight. What did you do with that spotlight?
Tell you what, you know, if let's say I won an Apex tournament, I would see myself as like, okay, how many people knew about this tournament, for one? How many of them watch Twitch? How many of them are going to be in the stream tomorrow? And can I contest against those people that win tournaments all the time? Am I going to be able to go against anybody from TSM, and let's say one of the big dogs get in here, Cloud9, whatever? Can I compete against these people, or are they going to slaughter me? Because maybe 20 grand wasn't enough for them. Maybe they just decided not to compete. You know what I can do for safety? I could just, hey, I saw you won that tournament, man. You did great. Yeah. You know what I do now? I'm just going to teach other people how to play the game. I'm going to go take other people's highlights. And yeah, he did this, but you know what he could have did? He could have did this. You want to know a strat I came up with last night when I was just thinking about it? Yeah, you throw an arc star and then you do this, and you can make tutorials. You could build a whole franchise off of just analyzing.
Yeah, that's kind of like what my dude did, Pig from StarCraft World. Analyzing and teaching, instructing how to play the game.
Yeah, you ain't got to be the best for that. All you got to do is be able to explain what's going on.
And
like, I'm not the best at.
Yeah. But you still have there's still a level to teaching someone. Like, I can learn something fast as hell. I can't teach it worth of shit. Like, once it connects in my head, I got you. I understand that. Same thing happens in IT all the time. When I'm out here and I'm doing things and it connects in my head, I'm like, I'm not the best to teach it. I was like, I know how it works. I know how to make it work. I know how to debug it. I know what I need to know, but I fucking suck at teaching that to somebody else. That's also a problem. It's a skill. No, it's also another essential skill. Like you said earlier, if you're a storyteller, by God, tell the best story you can. If you're an instructor or a teacher and so on and so forth, then you can teach, and you're not the best at the game, but I can tell you the ins and outs of this game. Hey, by all means, do it. But personally, me, like, I can't teach anyone anything. I'm terrible at it.
See, those are individual skills, and you know, everybody has their pros and their cons.
Yeah, exactly.
When it comes to what they're good and not good at. But man, if you're talking about Twitch streamers don't apply real world benefits.
Yeah.
They don't apply them at all. Like when I was doing my when I first started Twitch, I knew I could make, you know, I incorporated my cinematic side, because I came from editing videos, editing trailers, and doing YouTube already. So I had, like, you know, After Effects cutscenes. I still have some of my cutscenes, even though they're like completely out of date. Like the guy that walks up to the button, he presses the button and it says starting soon, and it's this 3D thing, and then it shows clips of the streams and stuff. Like, that establishes an atmosphere, makes you feel like you're actually watching a TV show. And the biggest thing is when it comes to stuff like Twitch is people don't see themselves as the network. You know, Twitch is the parent network. That's kind of like saying Twitch is Cox or Comcast, right? But each individual stream is the network.
Right.
So as you're a part of the network, what are you running on your network? Which most people do variety. I could honestly say what, like 80, 85, 90% of Twitch is straight variety. Nobody really plays one game all the time, except that small amount of people, very small. Man, those are the people that's just fanatical about that game. When people are they gonna see Apex battle royales every single time they come to your stream, because that's just a show. That's just the show that's playing on the network. When they come back, are they going to see Anthem? When they come back, are they going to see Destiny? And, you know, depending upon what show is the most favorite, that's what people are going to watch. Like my biggest, I go to my analytics on my channel right now. I can go to my dashboard, go to my stream summary, and I can see, okay, the majority of your followers like to watch this. 41% like watching Apex Legends. Okay, because I have a military sim and esports community. I've established that already. But if I'm a nobody trying to jump into an arena like this, and just because I have TTV in my name and I shit it on somebody, they ain't gonna want to come watch me. Not even just to come talk shit. They're like, well, I lost, next. Just like when you see these big streamers, they get killed by like somebody with TTV in the name, next. They don't even read the name, just tap, 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 out, next game. But when you're talking about your network, when you decide to tap out of this stuff and you realize esports ain't going to get you anywhere because it's the very small minority that gets there, all that base you built up might die overnight just because you decided, now you're not going to play Apex anymore. You're going to go play Persona 5. All of a sudden, you got to save people's hearts from dying.
We had this multiple talks before, so it's not new to Watch and I and discussing Twitch and growth and things of that sort. But I always like to hear somebody else's, direction and side of what do you think about, Taz? Like when you get on Twitch, you don't even know how you started streaming. But what do you want from Twitch? Like, what are you trying to establish from Twitch?
Honestly, all I want from Twitch is building that relationship with people. The most fun I have is when I'm literally just sitting there, not even playing a game, with my beach background and just interacting with people. I think that's the part I like most about Twitch, and it's allowed me to meet so many people that I can now call friends that I wouldn't have had if I didn't start streaming. And thinking about that is crazy to me, because if you told me a year ago that I'd be a streamer, I'd laugh in your face and say you're crazy. Because one, I wasn't too big into video games, and two, I'm kind of an awkward person. When I'm in front of a camera, I don't really know what to say or do. But Twitch has allowed me to kind of come out of my shell a little bit and interact with people that I wouldn't normally interact with. And that's the only reason why I stream. Like, I don't pay attention to my viewers. I don't really care if I have 2 viewers or 100 viewers, as long as I have that interaction.
Well, I guess the other question is, when it comes to this type of subject, whenever you see somebody win a game of Apex, do you decide to go pull every penny from your drawer and throw it on stage at them? It's like, good job. I'm so glad you're good at playing this game.
What?
The answer is no.
Do you go crazy
No.
over esports? There you go.
No.
Because that's what some of these guys think that's going to happen, is because they're going to think they win a game or whatever, and they're going to be like, yeah, people are going to go nuts because I won that game.
Thing is, with me, even when I go to other people's stream, I literally give it maybe 5 minutes. If they're not responding to me or they're not interacting with their chat, I'm out instantly. I don't care how well you're playing a game. That's why I go to Twitch. It's that interaction. And if I don't get it, I'm off your chat.
Yeah, but see, we're the older crowd too. When it comes to the youngsters, though, those are the people watching like Fortnite and Apex in mass number. And when they see like, a $5,000 donation go up there, when I say young, I'm not talking about like 5 years old. Well, some of them, I get tired of joining in games, and there's that kid in there. Hey, I'm not too good at the game, and I have to tell them like, yo, ain't no big deal. Just play the best you can, and if we win, we win. Like, you shouldn't have to say that to a kid when it comes to the game. But you know that environment, and people say, yeah, the parents, like, yeah, but once you're established in today's age, once you're established as a public figure, even on Twitch, if you just stream on Twitch and you're a gamer and you're Dr. D, you're still a public figure within that community. It doesn't matter what it is, still a public figure. So when it comes down to kids that be just, going nuts because they're not too good at the game, I've seen it happen plenty of times. I've seen clips where like established people have to tell like a little kid, hey, you're not gonna it doesn't matter that you're not that good, let's just have fun, and if we lose, we'll just start back up. But I'm talking about the 18 to 25-year-olds that like haven't gotten started. There's no finances in the back of the bus waiting for things to work out or any of that. Those are the ones that throw away everything just to be able to get the opportunity to hit. They think they're going to be rich and famous. That's the mindset. Rich and fame. I mean, you stream over a period of time, you will get subscribers. You will get, people that will. I mean, I quit streaming full time a year ago.
My fucking watch, before I even subbed to him, I just had his ass on the background at work. He's like, busy, you at work? I'm like, ain't nobody saying hard work.
I'm just being in that bad boy.
I was just sitting there talking to Watch, talking shit about his Fortnite play, and he'd be like, fuck you, busy.
Wait, Watch was a Fortnite player?
Oh, yeah. He was a Fortnite player for a little bit.
I was on Fortnite before people knew what Fortnite was.
And I was there making fun of his ass.
Fortnite Battle Royale, I was in there.
I was in there making fun of him and him cursing me out.
So nothing's changed.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? The thing that will get people, especially younger people, the thing that will get younger people is there is a stressor when it comes to live streaming. Is there. One day you might jump on and you're not performing as well. One day you might have 30 people in there and you win a game and nobody says GG or nothing. And to the younger crowd, when that happens, it's gonna hit them. When the sub count starts dropping, you don't know why. You thought you had a fantastic day. People donating, sub count drops by like 15, 20. You sitting there, something's fucked up on the stream. Nobody's telling you anything. You're like, damn, am I really good at this shit? Is anybody watching? You're gonna have those days, and they're gonna stack up more and more and more. And in this day and age, people focus more on the negatives. They focus more on their failures and their successes, and really it's just a slight failure within the success. Maybe you did get 100 subs, but you didn't get to 200 by the end of the year. Maybe you wanted to win 10 games today and really you only won 6. Hits them mentally like it's nothing. Just takes them down. And that crash and burn, it depends what you do with that crash and burn. Like I say, I quit full time, but what I do, I went over to YouTube, figured out the entire algorithm, learned the inside and out of it. I'm like, okay, all right, now I can do both easy. I can do both Twitch and YouTube. Question is, what type of content do I want to make? Because it's 2 very different platforms, 2 very different styles of content. I'm not going to be able to take my Twitch highlights and just toss it on my YouTube and expect motherfuckers to watch that shit. It don't work like that. And it don't work the same with Twitch. I would say if you really, really want to get established and have a big audience, you got to do something unique. You got to bring something new to the table when it comes to Twitch. YouTube, you can probably get away with doing something similar because it's really all about you and everybody's different and unique, but that's not the same as live entertainment. Not the same as hitting the stream. Some people are so good at streaming that I'm like, damn, why the hell did I think of this shit first?
All right, Zed. Let me get your intake on it, man. You're the only one that's been quiet. Come on, man. Hit me with it.
Left Kingdom Hearts, his brain shut down.
Oh,
Hey, hit me up with it, man. What you think? What's your thoughts on esports, Twitch, Apex? Let me hear you, man.
Holla if you hear me.
I like watching Apex. I like esports. I watch a lot of tournaments for certain things. I haven't watched an Apex tournament yet.
But we're talking about people taking that as the priority in life. As like, all right, I'm not gonna go to school. I'm not gonna go to college. I'm gonna sit here, play these tournaments day after day, year after year, trying to be the best person in the hopes that I just might get that opportunity where I can sit on like 5 to 20,000 viewers.
Yikes. Fucking, I don't know. If you go to a tournament and you don't perform well, no one's gonna watch your shit. So I feel like it'd be like kind of a waste of money. Because, I mean, you know, most tournaments you gotta put money in to even fucking try to play in that shit.
Well, we're talking about more as, imagine, let's say you got a chance to go to college, right?
Right.
For whatever you want, whatever you want to be, movie director, porn star director, whatever.
Like Watch is telling his own dreams here.
But instead of taking that route, you know, you haven't, it's not something that you want to do. It's like, all right, I just want to get my life together. But instead of doing that, you decide, all right, well, I really love video games. Maybe I should go become an esports player. And you don't have no money to back it up. You barely working a part-time job to upgrade your setup. What would you say about a situation like that where people are they're abandoning career choices to become streamers and esports players?
I'd say it's bad because, I mean, you're throwing away a possible career for games. I mean, if you can do the games super good, then, I mean, I guess, but
everybody think they can do the game super good.
Not me.
right.
Not me. I suck at every game I play.
I'm terrible.
As far as gamers, we're on the elderly side according to some of these motherfuckers. So,
like I said, elderly. You see that?
Shit. I go jump into StarCraft and I'd be like, I'm 27. They're gonna be like, you too old to go pro. Like, damn.
Yep.
Yikes.
So, like, when you think of that, right? Like, because I do know some people just like that. Instead of like actually, you know, trying to get things started, they're trying to go big and go hard and blow up.
I feel like people should at least have like their lives in order before trying that, because you never know if like the game and shit don't work out. Like, you know, you need something to fall back on.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's just like anything. Watch. Me and you discussed this mentally endless hours. It's like that dude that goes out to Hollywood and expecting to get on a film, you know, just to get his name out there. I mean, over there weighing tables and stuff until he finally gets their shot or whatever it might be. I mean, I guess at the end of the day is whatever effort and end game you see to whatever it is you're doing. But, you know, regular ass folk can see, you know, they have common sense, can see, hey, I ain't going anywhere with life or with this Twitch streaming or with this esports or whatever it may be. And I'm like, I need some money in my pocket at the end of the day, because that's the way the world revolves around. You know, you gotta pay your bills. You gotta, if you want a car, you gotta go out there and fucking get a job.
Exactly.
So most of us, you know, all of us in here are set in some kind of way to where we can do what we do, how we do it, because of what we've already done in life. Like you and I, we're both disabled vets. I get that check and I fucking, all I do is spend money on games and I'll fucking throw copies out there and whatever. But because we put in the hard work a long time ago, you know what I mean? And then I have my IT career that, I mean, excels me to a whole different fucking level. But not everybody's like that. So at the end of the day, it's also your background. You know, we're realists. At the end of the day, like, we know that we might not make it on Twitch, or we might not make it on YouTube, or might not make it in a Mixer. But we have other things to fall back on. I mean, at least I would hope everybody's on the same page. I know Taz too. Taz has a wonderful life with her husband, and everything she does, she just tries to downplay it every time I talk to her about it. But
it doesn't work out. She got the caliphate.
I mean, I'm just saying. You know, I'm pulling caravans every week, you know, making that killing. So at the end of the day, is what we feel comfortable doing and what we accomplish. Like, I feel sorry for some of these, whatever the new generation is called. I know it's part of my kids, because all they know is online. All they know is staying inside. They don't even know about going outside. Going outside, what you talking about, Dad?
Oh, what, they got the baby boomers, Generation X.
Generation.
I think we're Generation Y.
I'm Generation Y. And then I don't even know what they call the rest of this shit. But anyways, the latest generation.
Z, then millennials.
The latest generation. I think my kids are after millennials. My 15 or whatever that generation is.
Generation Z.
I don't know what they're called.
Think it is. I don't know.
But they only know online. They only know about generation, whatever the fuck. They only know about posting. I don't even
know what I'm a part of.
They only know about posting online. They only know about Facebook. They only know about Instagram. They only know about Snapchat. They only know about, you know, if you ain't on the TV somehow, some way, you're posting about how depressed you are online, you ain't nobody. That's the generation my kids are in. But anyways, going back to that, is I tell my kids all the damn time, you got to work hard for what you do at the end of the day. You know, and I'm going to be the first one to kick your ass out if you just sitting here thinking you're going to make Twitch career out of my build, like what I worked on. I'm not sitting here supplying you internet, all this light and all this food for you to just like be chilling and whatever. I mean, everybody has their own background or whatever it is, but like I wouldn't be good for myself doing it.
So we're Generation Y or millennials, and your kids are Generation Z.
Okay.
So I was still right.
Were you?
Yeah.
I think you called them millennials. Oh.
I got them.
Not the point, I guess.
It's not the point.
The point is, I'm still right, regardless.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ain't no hater. At the end of the day, you know, you make of it what you want. Some of us wake up before others. Some of us, some of us just have a different situation. I ain't hating on it. Shit, I had to grow up quick. I had to grow up real quick. I left the house when I was 18. So I had to grow up real fucking quick. I always had a job. There was no time that in my life I didn't have a job.
Yeah,
so
everybody's the same. I've been working since I was 13 years old, and honestly, I can't just sit here and play games all day. I mean, all the power to you if you can. I just get bored.
Oh no, everybody's different. That's what I'm trying to get at. But going back to the esports talk, is the faster these kids come to realization, because I was from esports background before esports was even a thing. If you're not going to be the next Shroud or the next, you know, Fatality was a big dude when I was coming up. Fatality was a dude. If you're not going to be the next Fatality, the next Shroud, then there's no point in it, man, dude. Go out there and do whatever you can to make your money and get moving.
When it all comes down to it, it's just a popularity contest.
It really is.
Nobody really cares how good you are. It's just who's the most popular.
Yeah.
Thing is, too, once you kind of have that mentality that, oh, Twitch is going to be my career and I'm going to make a living off this, it starts becoming a little bit toxic. Like, if you don't get those views, you're all of a sudden complaining all over the place that
it becomes
people
a job.
aren't supporting you. People aren't. Right.
Man, oof! I ain't gonna say his name. I'll tell you later.
I know someone that kind of went through that, and honestly, it caused so much issue that it made me not even want to go to the stream at one point. So I just stopped because it wasn't appreciated when I did go there. Because when I wasn't there, all of a sudden I got bitched at that he wasn't being supported. So what's the point of me stopping by if I'm busy and I can't come to your stream and I suddenly get bitched at that I'm not there?
Oh, those people don't know what they're asking for, man. Like I know one individual just actually I know quite a few that did go full time with it, and then like they wanna leave they main game, and they think that shit's okay, but it ain't okay when the show changes, when the network changes the show, the viewers are gonna leave because they might only come to watch that one show. So I've seen people get to the point to where they're like, all right, I'm gonna go change the show because it makes them happy. And then next thing you know, a few months later, hey guys, I gotta go get this job because I appreciate you guys, I appreciate everything, but the money ain't coming in like that. I got my finance, and that's what it becomes, a sob story. It just that same sob story over and over and over. And I'm like, yo, when I started to, I like, this shit don't work out, man. I'm covered. I gotta sit in this bitch to the day I die if I wanted to, and just chill out and do whatever I want. But I wanted to build a community. I already got my money. I wanted to build my community because that was gonna be fun. The whole fun was just to jump on, kick it with motherfuckers that like are cool and relaxed. And then I met the wrong people, and they got in my head about certain things and numbers and shit like that. But the biggest thing that wore me out was when this atmosphere started with the whole lurk. I'm lurking, dog. I'm lurking in your channel. Or like, yo, can you give me a host follow for follow, my dog? That shit drained you quick. Like, motherfucker, just because you come in my channel don't mean I'm gonna host you. Like, just because you do X, Y, and Z don't mean you can just come in here and self-advertise. And man, on Twitch, that shit is becoming bad lately. Like, especially with this little affiliate shit since a year ago. Maybe 2 years ago. I don't remember when that shit came out. I was like one of the first ones. Whenever that rolled out, that's when Twitch just became something entirely different. That's when the atmosphere started.
That's when it changed.
Yeah, man.
It really did change.
Be like, yo, man, my next step to partnership, I'm affiliate. I'm like, you realize that's an automatic system, right? That shit was automatic when I got it. It was like, all right, y'all. The automatic system it's going to be overwhelmed if we put all of y'all at it at the same time. So it's going to do it wave after wave. And that's how they do that shit. They do it in waves. If one person gets it and you don't get it, be sure you're going to get it next month. Like, that's just the way it works.
Yeah.
But it's just the beginning, dog. That means you are now officially a streamer. That's all the affiliate program means. You're a streamer now. Yeah, welcome to the farm. Because that's all Twitch is doing, is farming the shit out of you. You get half, they get half. Well, half and half means you the one asked out because they taking half and half of millions of people.
That's really what came about not too long after Amazon acquired Twitch. And you know how Amazon is. They're all about the money. I mean, look at their financial report. The motherfuckers ain't paying shit back on taxes.
Yeah, they did it as a swipe to YouTube when YouTube upped the requirements for the partnership.
Yes, they did.
That's a reason for that.
Yep.
Like, if it's all it is 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours worth of watch time, that ain't shit. If you sitting there on Twitch for 8 hours a day on schedule.
Yep.
If I sat here and edited videos all day for 8 hours straight, like legitly edited videos for 8 hours straight without taking a break, because you don't take breaks when you're on stream. You don't stop to go eat or none of that shit. You eat while you streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Use the bathroom while you streaming. Like, you be right back, guys. Come straight back. There's no 1 hour lunch breaks and none of that shit. Go take a nap or none of that. In all honesty, those people that do like stream in the morning, stream in the afternoon, that shit don't work. You split up your audience. So now people don't think you're established, and the illusion of mass is what attracts people. That's why people view bot. The illusion of mass attracts people. So when you take all that shit into account, I went off subject. I was coming up to my finale. I lost that bitch. What the fuck was I even saying? Because I went into the
illusion of you bots. This last thing you said.
What was I saying before that shit? That's what threw me off. That's a whole different conversation. I was about to go into a whole different conversation. I was like, damn, what the fuck was I talking about?
Damn.
Yeah, fuck. It's gone. I don't remember what the fuck I was talking about. I was about to go on into the mass and all that shit. I don't remember what the hell I was saying before.
Yeah, you got into some deep shit right there, bro.
Yeah.
Well, talking about the affiliate. Oh, yeah, the YouTube. There you go. Yeah, YouTube. So they rolled out the affiliates to contest YouTube, and I was talking about how much time it would take you to stream. If you're streaming 8 hours on schedule, that's about 4 or 5 YouTube videos that's going to be there forever. They're going to be there forever. So long as you make relevant content and you hit the algorithm like that Anthem video, it was completely unedited. All I did was just my first impressions because I didn't have my portable hard drive. That video, it did better than my 5-minute videos when it comes to the YouTube algorithm. Because for one, it's more than 5 minutes, which means the few amount of people watched it more or longer because those 5-minute videos, yeah, I get like a 60% retention rate. But in reality, people on average, that 60% only watch 2 minutes and 54 seconds. So if 100 people, which is what I usually get in the first day, and then it hovers around that, and then over time it collects. So if 100 people watch my video for 2 minutes, right, for 2 minutes, but if say like 50 people watch my 30-minute video for 8 minutes, it doesn't matter how many people looked at that 5-minute video. The only thing the algorithm cares is how long did they stay to watch and how long is it? Because YouTube wants to become TV. You're not creating TV with 5-minute episodes. This isn't. That's Star Wars Attack of the Clones cartoon series where Obi-Wan, not Obi-Wan, Mace Windu is a super powered battle robot that does shit that you can't even imagine happening in the movies. He's punching droids and shit with his hands, and then like destroying half of a wave of them with just like his cape swing. Like that's longer than a 5-minute video. And people weigh that against Twitch, like, oh, I can become an affiliate and immediately start making money. Yeah, but YouTube, if you want to be financially stable, YouTube knows the business. They know, hey, we got to up these requirements because we want only people that are going to be serious about being here. That's why you have to get 1,000 subs and 4,000 hours worth of watch time, and that's not long at all. If you got 1,000, even if you got 500 people, and you're uploading once or twice a week, and you're uploading like 40-minute videos, and those 40-minute videos are getting, of that 1,000 people, 200, 400, maybe even, because by the time you're at 1,000, you're going to be multiplying like crazy. So let's say 10,000 people watch that 40-minute video for an average of 15 minutes. You're going to hit 4,000 hours before the year is even halfway over with. And then from there, we're like, well, the YouTube demonetization, like, well, guess what? It is a business. Sell t-shirts if your audience wants to support you. Go start up a podcast. Go do this. Go do that. Think of, just like Busy said before, multiple avenues of revenue. That way, if something happened and YouTube has an adpocalypse, guess what? You can stay at home, flip on your computer still, and talk on your podcast. Just like some of these political figures. Or Alex Jones, just like Alex Jones, they kicked his ass off of every platform under the sun of fucking Superman. And he's still doing just fine because he has his own website where people can subscribe and support him and donate to him. He has his own base. He has home base. Wait, now I got my own home base. My videos aren't hosted there. My articles are there. But if I wanted to, I could just pay for some cloud or whatever to host my videos on. It's like, hey, I'm over here now. Like back in the day when before Day 9 started streaming on Twitch, he would do his StarCraft tutorials on his website on schedule every week.
Mm-hmm.
You had to pay just to talk in the chat on his own website. But that's so much more realistic and so much easier to accomplish, because what I say is Twitch is all about luck. YouTube is all about time. All you have to do is put in the time and you will get there. But becoming like this esports professional, you're literally just a needle in a black hole. Like you're just gambling to get there. Unless you do something absolutely unique. Like Dr. Disrespect is something absolutely unique. It's crazy, man. Just the thought of it is crazy.
That's the thing with Twitch, though. You have to either be extremely good at the game you're playing, and it has to be like one main game that you're constantly playing, or you have to have something that attracts the viewers. You can't be terrible at the game and also, you know, not interact with chat, have a terrible personality, and be kind of closed-minded about it. You need something to attract the viewers.
Well,
I mean, I see two venues on that. Going back to the example that we talked about earlier before we even got on the podcast. Gender specific. Like, honestly, Taz, you're really good at talking. You can call it whatever, awkward on the camera, whatever. If I put a female in front of a camera and I hit the just chatting section of Twitch, you would have the algorithm based more on, Watch and I talked about it, X amount of males hit your stream before they'll see anybody. Like Zeta's and Watch are fantastic at games.
Yeah.
And they could be sitting here fucking just destroying people on games. But because they're males and they're specific to the game, that not only are they playing with what everybody else is playing, or playing a game that, you know, whatever it is, Counter-Strike, whatever it is,
male dominated,
made a dominated game, they'll have less views than you do sitting there eating pizza. No shit. So it's also playing the system. And that's why I was telling, I know you feel kind of awkward about it, but you play the system. You can easily play the system. Because you can literally throw your beach background up, sitting there chew on pizza, which in some random dude's world, that is his fetish. That's how sad this is, in a sense.
Yeah.
But it works to your favor, because you could be like, you know what? The way I always see it, when I do get a Twitch, when I get my Twitch payouts, I just go spend it either on other games, because I spend so much on my fucking setup, or take my wife out. Let's go eat. I mean, fucking Twitch is paying for it, and that's how I see it. But with that being said, like, it's really, really female dominated in that sense, because you can literally throw your camera on. You have a nice green screen now, thanks to me. Thank you. You're welcome. And literally talk about bullshit. And if you had a second camera, and this is disgusting in my sense, and if you had a second camera either capturing a second angle or capturing that you're wearing heels, you would get donos for fucking days.
Yeah, have a camera for my feet.
Dude, I'm not even fucking joking with you. You know how much money that is. And if you were to say, I just want that extra revenue so I can take my husband out, or just so I can upgrade my PC, you can have it that easy. For the rest of us, for Zeta, for Watch, for me, we have to work twice as hard for that shit.
And I know a lot of women on Twitch do take advantage of that aspect.
Oh yeah, even married women.
Because
I mean, married women do it the worst. Watch was talking about
all the time.
Watch was talking about a married woman that is get all the donos from those fucking single nerd guys.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's just so. And then like the conversations is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna milk these motherfuckers for all they got. I'm like, damn. I'm like, at one point, I'm like, damn, that's fucked up. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, shit, take them motherfuckers to the cleaners.
I'm telling you, I would have been,
like,
I would have been working the fucking system, dog. I mean, I ain't no hater, but I have a lot of fucking common sense. It's hard in the motherfucking hood. I would tell if it wasn't because my wife hates that shit and she works hard as fuck or everything she does and she's still military. I'll tell her, girl, you sitting there eating some pizza, you would fucking get some views. And she just laughs at me.
There's this girl that recently got partnered, like maybe a couple months ago, and I went to her stream because someone I know gifted me a sub, or like posted on Twitter and then gifted me a sub. I don't even remember what the situation was, but literally the screen was just 90% her camera, and then 10% of the screen was her game. But the way her camera was set up, it was facing down. She was wearing a super low cut tank top and the shortest shorts I've ever seen in my life. And I was like, this is why you got partnered. Like,
oh yeah.
It was
Twitch
so
had
messed
double
up
standards.
to me.
Yeah, it does.
That's why when old boy got banned, for saying fag, I'm like, he didn't mean anything by it. He's not like, that's not hate speech. He's not targeting anybody for it. It's just like when somebody says nigga, I don't take offense to it. It's just a word.
Just like when Watch fucking tells me I'm leading the caravans. I don't take offense to that.
Or tells me I'm in caliphate.
Well, that's just me being jokingly racist. That's just military stuff right there. That's just the military culture right there.
I'm just fucking with you.
But like when old boy got banned, and then you got motherfuckers like Amaranth sitting there chilling with her tits hanging out while her husband records the shit in the background, view biting her ass off. Yeah, there's a double standard there. There's a huge double standard. And you got to take that into account when you're doing like this esports and shit like that. Because motherfuckers might not, just like that guy, he had his girlfriend pretend she was playing Overwatch because he applied to this team like 2-3 times and they denied him. And then when they thought she was good, the manager invited her to come play. Then it turns out she wouldn't come because it was her boyfriend playing, the guy that kept on applying, and they denied him. And then all of a sudden they let her on. There is a double standard.
Yeah. You go with what makes sense and what makes money. It's not always the best in that sense, but that team saw it as, if it's a girl and she comes and plays Overwatch or whatever game it might be, competitive or not,
She's going to be huge.
She's going to be huge. I mean, the StarCraft 2 females that I watch aren't the greatest, but because they're female and they're playing an RTS that is huge fucking competitive, they're the fucking all-stars of fucking StarCraft World.
Shit, I go play, me and Zach go play StarCraft. They just watch us because we niggas. Niggas play StarCraft? Damn, somebody
That's aside from somebody other than motherfucking playing what you call it, NBA games? Shit, what the fuck is going on here? You know what I'm saying?
In this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Hey, it does become a race thing too. Look at 2K.
Yeah, 2K.
Look, the majority of my viewers are minorities on Twitch. When you think about that shit for a second, of all the people on Twitch, Europeans, mostly European, North America, everybody, majority of my audience isn't white. Majority of my audience is black and Hispanic. And then a little Iranian every now and then.
It's my cousin. Shut up.
Like those demographics do play a part on.
They
on
do.
Twitch. So
I
like
mean, I go over there.
2K?
I don't want to. I mean, God damn it, always sounds bad when they say, "I'm gonna go support my dude." You know what I'm saying? The nose of Scruggles is real up in the hood. Versus somebody that just sitting there, oh, I always had fast internet and I always had a fucking desktop all my life. You know what I mean? Talking about? That's just me.
I mean, like me and Zach go to 2K and we play 2K every day. Me and Zach we're gonna be rolling by the end of the year. 2K20 dropping, all that shit. We're in that motherfucker. You ever notice? One guy came to my stream the other day, and I don't believe. At least I don't know if I'm lying to myself. I don't believe any of that stuff is racially motivated. I just think I just think it's kind of odd.
It's a demographic.
But then again,
it is a demographic.
It is a demographic. I just hate to think that that's a type of demographic.
I mean, it's the same thing that we did low key back in school days. I mean, that's the reason why you have to have a certain percentage or ratio. I don't know if y'all guys know that existed. But the reason why I had to go to school 15 minutes away from where I live when there was 3 perfectly good schools down the street. There's a demographic they have to keep a percentage ratio. After my dad literally went to go talk to the superintendent like 3 times. He's like, listen, I understand you're not going to let go. I understand you're an educated Hispanic. And I'm going to finally let you know you're not going to stop calling my office. You're not going to stop sending us letters. I'm going to go ahead and let you know why we're sending your sons all the way to the other side of town. And then he finally described it. We have a demographic to keep. The quota around where you live, the 3 schools you live at, is full of Hispanic people. We need to send them to the other side. And then once he told my dad that, I was like, this is the reason why you just need to be more, visible. I guess provide visibility into what you're trying to do instead of us coming up here just to curse you out because we don't understand what you're trying to achieve here. And that's exactly what YouTube and certain sides of Twitch are. There's still a demographic to fill.
Well, the Twitch and YouTube are definitely 2 different beasts in that aspect. Because I definitely have people from all over the world watching on YouTube. Not so because those are specific topics that meant for people with certain interests. But Twitch definitely, you definitely got to play your hand a certain way with Twitch because who are some of the non-2K streamers on Twitch that I always say the way they hey guys, welcome to the channel. I hope you Taz, I hope you're having a fantastic day today. I'm glad to see you. I hope you're feeling blessed, and whenever you want to resub, don't worry about it. Just do it whenever you have to. We'll just be sitting here eating noodles the rest of the day. Let's go ahead and jump on Destiny 2. I'm like, Jesus Christ, shut your fucking ass up. Like there's that rule. You know, what I always called out. You're driving me nuts. Get out. Goddamn Rocco. Whenever I describe it to my grandmother, because she's a very smart woman. She just doesn't, technology is my generation, not hers, even though she's managed to figure out most of it on her own. You know, you ain't gonna see her hooking up no 2 PC setup for the next 40 years. But I explained to her, you know, there's 2 different sides. If you ever look at a Twitch partner, look at the way they speak. They don't speak like they don't talk like the way we talk. They don't even act the way they act a certain way that politically correct. Very get out, go.
Can't just tell me to go. Rude.
I can't talk when I got huffing and puffing right next to me. I guess that just means we gotta wrap this up soon, huh? You really gotta do something. You gotta do it right now, don't you? There's a way they talk, and there's a way people that want to become like them talk. I call it being politically correct or whatever. But it's that universal, I guess you could say the Twitch ideology of what the perfect individual has to be, what a partner has to look and sound like, kind of like what you expect the president or a politician to look and sound like in the States. If you can't take that persona and put it on, you can't pull in universal viewers. And I guess that's also one thing. It's not so much a demographic, it's the way you have to behave in a universal way. If people come in, I'm like, nigga this, nigga that, fact that, you know, they can be like, oh shit, gotta get out of here. That guy's a nigga.
Sounds about right.
I mean, on YouTube I can do whatever the fuck I want, but that side does exist too. And when it comes to those esports professionals, they have to look and talk that way too. It's just not me. You know, I don't sacrifice self-enjoyment for the dollar bill. But these kids don't realize, like, you know, hey, it's coming. That hammer's coming. I think the other day I was like one of like 3 black dudes under Apex the other day. That's crazy, bro. That's wild when you think of it. Like nigga, I'm a unique demographic at that shit. But even you got to put in work, man. You know, buy a decent amount of V-bots. That's for sure. All right. I think what there's we've been on here a solid 2 hours. I think that's good enough for us. We go play video games and stuff. I only had like 2 subjects, and Rocco was driving me nuts.
Poor Rocco.
He driving me nuts. All he gonna do is go outside, come back, and drag mud all over my damn house.
You let him do what he wants.
Well, I have all you guys' channels linked in the description, so whoever want to come watch our Twitch channel, even though I think most people on YouTube don't watch Twitch, to be honest.
Yep.
It is. That's why I kept on explaining to other people, like, YouTube is very specific. YouTubers are very specific about Ubers, I should call them, not YouTube, the Ubers are very specific about what they watch. And sometimes they'll sit there, they'll watch a 40-minute video or like a 5-hour podcast, but watch a live stream? Hell nah. I ain't gonna go to Twitch. It's just easier to skip to the parts they like. I think that's the mindset there. All right. We go ahead and close it out. Oh. I want to do this like every Thursday. Chill out every Thursday.
All right, man. I appreciate y'all joining us at the end of this podcast session. Major, I appreciate you, and everybody else from Team Serious. I appreciate you stopping by. Thanks a lot. Y'all have a good time. Later.